2026. Your Excellency, sir, this state ceremony is convened pursuant to Article 115 of the Constitution for the presidential assent of the three parliamentary bills. The first bill that will be transmitted for assent is the Income Tax Amendment Bill, National Assembly Bill number 20 of 2026. The bill seeks to rationalize the administration of capital gains tax in order to align the tax regime with international best practices and recognized principles of taxation, while reinforcing the gains made in advancing the ease of doing business in Kenya. The second bill lined up for Your Excellency's presidential assent is the Special Economic Zones Amendment Bill, National Assembly Bill number 8 of 2026. The bill seeks to enhance the nation's competitiveness by expanding the scope of special economic zones to include oil and gas zones and to harmonize the tax incentives applicable to entities undertaking activities within such zones. In addition, the bill further fortifies the special economic zones framework with the operational realities of large-scale capital investments through the provision of a minimum license tenure of 10 years, subject to annual compliance audits, thereby accommodating the long project cycles and substantial capital commitments characteristic of petroleum operations. To crown this ceremony, Your Excellency will be presented with the Technopolis Bill, National Assembly Bill number 6 of 2024. The principal object of the bill is to establish a comprehensive legal framework for the creation, development, and governance of Technopolis in Kenya. Through this legislative framework, the bill seeks to position Kenya as a leading destination for technology-driven enterprise and innovation by establishing integrated one-stop hubs for the efficient delivery of government services, thereby fostering a modern and enabling environment capable of attracting global investment, talent, and innovation. Your Excellency, sir, with both houses of Parliament having discharged their lawmaking mandate in enacting these three pieces of legislation, it is now my most humble duty to petition Your Excellency, as head of state and government, to exercise the authority conferred upon you under Article 115 of the Constitution and assent these bills into law. Your Excellency, sir, with your kind permission, I now invite the clerk of the National Assembly to present the vellum copies of the bills for your consideration and assent.
Your Excellency, I am under the instructions of the Speaker of the National Assembly to place before you.
Good morning.
Good morning, Your Excellency. Under instructions to place before you these three vellums, Your Excellency, being the 11th day of May, the year 2026. The first one, Your Excellency, is a bill that was introduced by the distinguished member for Molo, the Honorable Kimani Kuria, called the Income Tax Amendment Bill. The bill proposes to amend the income tax law to facilitate companies internal reorganization. It's one of the bills for purposes of ease of administration of tax and ease of doing business in the Republic of Kenya. It's a small bill, Your Excellency, only 3 clauses. The commencement of upon publication in the Gazette. The committee undertook extensive public participation. There was a departmental committee on finance by the member for Molo and the county woman rep for Mandera in today's session. And the committee and the House amended the bill. Your Excellency, the second bill is a Special Economic Zones Amendment Bill of the year 2026. It will be recalled, Your Excellency, that towards the end of last year, we received as Parliament a sessional paper facilitating the exploration of oil in South Rokicha. That sessional paper, Your Excellency, was adopted by both houses after extensive Your Excellency, when the two houses of Parliament were adopting that sessional paper, there was a resolution that for the sessional paper and the implementation of the decision of the House to have business sense, there are certain laws that needs to be amended so as to attract investors at the Rokicha Basin, particularly in Block T6 and T7. In that regard, Your Excellency, the party introduced the Special Economic Zones Amendment Bill 2026, proposing to amend the SEZ Act as we know it, the Income Tax Act, the Miscellaneous Fees and Levies Act. The idea, Your Excellency, is to give certain in the upstream exploration of oil, but those who also pipeline. Your Excellency, public participation, a relevant ministry, that's the Minister of Trade, together with the Minister of Energy, petitioned Parliament. The licensing of our SEZs goes beyond the ordinary period of 1 year. They indicated that 1 year for any and which is contained in this bill, that SEZs have a 10-year license, but they'll be paying fees annually. Hearing as required under the Constitution. The idea retains ability to attract investments, particularly in our SEZ zones, Your Excellency, not just for oil and gas exploration, but also for agriculture sector and for manufacturing center, Your Excellency. Upon publication, Your Excellency, the last bill is a bill introduced by the leader of the majority party in 2024. It's Development Authority Bill, Your Excellency.
Taken so long.
It has taken so long, Your Excellency, because it has the full bicameral process being passed by the two houses. It was initially passed by the National Assembly in December 2024, sent to the Senate. The Senate also engaged in public participation. They made amendments to it. The amendments came back to the National Assembly in November last year, and the National Assembly accepted all amendments. Does a number of things. One of them is to revoke the legal notice number 23 of the year 2012, which created the Konza Technopolis, and therefore Konza is now going to be established in law. Legal notices, Your Excellency, as they have their own limitations, it has been the decision of the Cabinet to re-establish some of these state corporations under statutes. Your Excellency, the idea is to place what is to Konza Technopolis in a better place for purposes of attracting investments in that area. Your Excellency, the Technopolis Development Authority is now going to be a body corporate with power to sue, power to borrow, power to invest, and also engage in all manner of investments with respect to Technopolis. Again, Your Excellency, the idea is to make the authority to be a one-stop shop and to centralize, for it to become a centralized hub to streamline the provisions of government services in order to create a conducive business environment that attracts global investors, Your Excellency. Driven business, research institutions, and innovation center by providing a world-class, state-of-the-art infrastructure, Your Excellency. Permit me, Your Excellency, to end my commission for the day. Thank you.
With Your Excellency's assent and the sacred trust it carries, the bills will now be entered into the body of the laws of the Republic. Your Excellency, sir, I now invite you to hand over the copies of the acts to those who support you in the management of public affairs, commencing with the Deputy President, the Attorney General for publication into law, and to the Cabinet Secretary present for implementation. Your Excellency may also graciously present ceremonial copies of the Act to the Speaker of the National Assembly, the Speaker of the National Assembly, the leaders of the majority and minority parties in the National Assembly, other members of Parliament present, and all esteemed state officials in attendance. Your Excellency will unveil and display an open ceremonial copy of the Acts, while other state officials shall bear closed copies. Your Excellency, sir, this marks the end of this state ceremony. I thank you, Your Excellency.